Alright guys, so welcome to today's video, and in today's video we will continue our work on this bizarre skill tree. Okay, so let's just quickly revise what we have done in the last episode. So if we click the skill tree button, then our camera right here aligns to this skill. Okay, now let's continue that work, and I would like to increase the distance in between the skill and our camera, because I still think that our camera is too near. Okay, so that's actually good. Now, let's move on with creating the buttons, or let's first of all focus on creating this camera movement so that you're able to move your camera in between all of those skills by just clicking on them. So let's make this our objective. So skill detector, click detector. So let's add a click detector into all of these three skills. Okay, and now we will create a script inside of this tree folder, and this one is going to do the following. So it is going to loop through all of the descendants inside of this folder. Means it is going to loop through all of those parts, and also it is going to refer to all of those click detectors, so it is also going to loop through them. And we can basically do that by doing script parent, so that folder get descendants. Okay, so that's the function we're making use of. Now, we only want to detect when we have encountered a click detector, because the click detector at this point is going to be important for us, because we are going to refer to all of the click detectors which are there. We are going to check whether they have been clicked or not. And if they have been clicked, then we are going to initiate another process which we'll move on soon. So if V is a click detector, then now we have filtered out the click detector from the rest, and the rest could possibly be parts, but also the script and also some other stuff. So the mouse click connect function. Okay, so this mouse click event right here fires when the mouse has been clicked on this click detector, and this click detector is basically connected to all of those skills. So wait, let me just quickly show you what I'm talking about. So this click detector makes us able to click on these parts. Sadly, this does not work right now. Let's check why this is not working. Okay, it does not work. Could be because of the distance. Max activation distance. Yo, the maximum distance a player's character can be from the click detector's parent, or that will allow the player's mouse to fire events on this object. Oh. Yeah, we are not able to use those click detectors, so we have to come up with something else. Never mind, we can actually move on with this click detector by just having a very high activation distance, and we just have to apply this onto all of our click detectors, and then we should be good to go. So skill tree, there we go. As you can see, I'm not able to click onto them, and it just prints out high. Now our next objective is to make our camera move to the skill which we have just clicked. And in order to do so, we somehow need to create a link in between this server script and the skill tree handler script. And we can do that via remote event. So right click on the replicated storage and add a remote event to it. Now let's call this one skill tree. And what we are going to do is that we are going to fire client this remote event right here each time when we have clicked on one of those click detectors. And this fire client is going to cause a reaction inside of the skill tree handler script, which is going to change the camera's perspective to the skill we have just clicked. Okay, so that's the idea. Okay, now in order to fire client, we need the player instance. So in order to retrieve the player, we can just add an argument right here And this basically represents the player which has clicked the skill. Now, all we have to do is that game get service replicated source. So we have to refer to this remote event skill tree fire client. And now the first instance is always the player to which we fire client to, and the second one, yeah, can be anything. In our case, it is going to be change cam perspective, and the third argument is going to be the name of the skill. So either skill 1, skill 2, or skill 3. So the parent name, and let me explain you why the parent.name will work. So we have filtered out the V's. So V's only represent those click detectors now. And v.parent basically means v.parent.name. So either one of those names right here. So skill 1, skill 2, or skill 3. And that's it. That's the idea behind it. Now, let's refer to this skill tree remote event inside of this script. And let's do on client event, connect function. And there we go. So the first argument is what, and the second one is skill. So the first argument right here is the player, but the first argument right here is the second argument right here. So the player argument right here is being skipped inside of that local script, so keep that in mind. Now, let's check whether the what is change cam perspective, because we'll probably use this fire client and this remote event for other fire clients as well. So therefore it is important to have some kind of a difference in between all of the single tasks this remote event is going to handle. So change cam perspective. Then okay, so if the task is to change the camera perspective, and we have our we have at least the name of the skill, we can just easily do the following. So we can do if skill tree folder tree find first child skill then. So we are basically checking if the skill which has been clicked actually exists inside of that folder. So at this point, this check right here might be silly, because of course it has to exist because we have just clicked it. We can actually, yeah, we can actually get rid of this one, and we can just do the following. So skill part, and then we can just easily move on. And let's work with tweening now. So local tween game get service tween service v8 okay, cam tween info new 1 easing style linear, and the third argument is going to be C frame skill part C frame multiplied with the rest right here. Okay, and this is it. So that's how you do this. And let's check this out. Let's see if it works. And if it works, then I'm just gonna quickly cover up the tweening, and then I'm gonna end the video at that point. So there we go, guys. There we go. There we go. You know who it is. It is your boss. Yeah. There we go. Now, this works fine as hell. Yeah. Maybe there's a little bit too much of wait time, so let's reduce this to 0.5 maybe. Skill tree. There we go, guys. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, I told you guys that I'm not gonna go into that much of detail when it comes to tweening, because I have already explained it so much in my previous videos. So what tweening basically does is that you have you have an instance in its current state. So let's say that you have a part which has the transparency 0, but you want this part to be invisible, means transparency equals 1. And then we speak of two states. So the first state is the state you're currently in. second state is the goal, so the state you want to achieve, in our case, the transparency. What this tween does is that instead of making the instance move from state 0 to state 1 right away, it actually creates some kind of transition. And now, the more I explain, the more I remember that I have probably talked about that in the last episode, so sorry for you. But that's basically the idea behind of tweening. And we have the instance which we want to tween as the first argument. So in our case, the camera. Tween info are basically the settings. So in our case, we want this whole tween to take 0.5 seconds, and the easing style is going to be linear. The third argument determines the goal, and the goal is not a transparency or a color, it actually is a C-frame. Means, yeah, position at the end. And a position consists of the same components as up here. So our skill parts C-frame multiplied with a C-frame which makes the camera move up, and another C-frame at angles which makes the camera face into the correct direction, so that we are actually able to view at the skill parts like a bird from up to down, you know? And that's actually it. So, and we of course have to make the tween play at the end. Alright guys, so with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all of your friends, leave me feedback in the comment section guys. Take care and see you in the next episode.